What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Race C podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I got big news for the MMA community. If you are a fan of MMA, this is an episode for you. So the first thing I want to speak to you about is about the UFC will no longer allow fighters to hold two weight division belts simultaneously, according to Diego Lopez. This is his quote. It says, they made it very clear, if you want to move up, you have to vacate your title. So recently, Ilia Topuria, he won the title against Alexander Volkanovski, and then he defended it against Max Holloway. And so he was like the main champion for the featherweight division. He just vacated his belts, and now he is moving up for the lightweight division. He wants to go after Islam Makhachev's title, but the UFC told him that he has to actually vacate his belt. Since he has defended his title only once, he already wanted to fight the champion that was on the next level, which was the lightweight division. And so they told him he has to vacate the title. It sucks that because there wasn't that many fighters that became double champs. There's only been a couple of UFC fighters that has held two titles simultaneously. So look like Henry Cejudo, Daniel Cormier, Amanda Nunes, and the first one who did it, Conor McGregor. These were probably the only four UFC fighters that were able to do it in their prime, and now fighters, they won't be able to do it at all. And I think it even goes for the women's division as well. But it does sucks though, man. It would have been so cool to actually see Ilia Topuria go up against Islam Makhachev, and both of them, they had their titles on the line. It would have been so insane. Damn, it would have been so crazy, right, if Ilia Topuria actually defeated Islam Makhachev and got both titles. He would have held both titles just like Daniel Cormier, Henry Cejudo, Amanda Nunes, and Conor. Now the rules have changed, which does suck for the UFC fighters if they ever want to be a double champ in the UFC. Now it's not possible. It does suck, but it is what it is. Now the UFC have announced that Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett is actually going to happen next on April 12th on Miami, Florida. Saturday, April 12th, Miami, Florida. Paddy Pimblett, he has been getting, just like a couple of good fights. His last fight was against Tony Ferguson, and he did seem good, but Tony Ferguson, he has been like going downhill lately. He hasn't really been the same guy that everyone was used to seeing. I think he started going downhill ever since he has fought Justin Gaethje. I think that was like the fight that actually changed him, and that's why he wasn't the same guy anymore. But yeah, Michael Chandler, the guy who just fought Charles Oliveira the second time on the rematch, he's gonna go up against Paddy the Baddy. You know what? This one, I am looking forward to it because Paddy the Baddy is not known as a great puncher, but he knows how to grapple people and he knows how to submit them. Michael Chandler, he just goes after you no matter what. He doesn't care if he gets punched, he just goes after you no matter the circumstance. So maybe Paddy the Baddy might actually get a submission win against Michael Chandler. We will know until we see the fight. But I'm actually excited to see these two fight against each other. Hey, ever guys notice that Paddy the Baddy always changes his weight so quick? That's just so insane. I don't know how that dude does it. Like in 1 week, he gains like maybe up to like 190 pounds. He just looks so big, and then he just goes down to like 150-ish. I'm probably lying. Maybe I'm exaggerating the weight numbers, but He seems so big one week, and then like another 2 weeks or so, he seems skinny. I don't know how he does it, man. What is his secret? What is the secret sauce? How is he able to get so skinny and then go so fat and go back to skinny again for his fights? And the crazy part is he is able to make weight all the time. He never misses. Dude, that's so crazy, dude, but it's so cool. Paddy, man, you gotta tell us how you actually do it, man. Because you make it seem so easy just to lose weight. That'd be so cool if he actually does show the secret one day. And now another thing I want to speak to you about. The UFC actually announced that Alexa Grasso versus Natalie Silva is going to happen on May 10th on a Saturday. And I think that fight is gonna be actually good because Natalie Silva, she's actually a great puncher. She hits a lot. Like I've seen her fight this lady, I forgot her name, but she was in her so many times and she never went down. And like she barely ever misses her punches. You know, Alexa Grasso, she had those 3 fights against the unstoppable Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina Shevchenko did lose the first match against Grasso, and then the second match it went as a draw. The third match she actually won it. But Alexa Grasso, I think she's mostly known as a grappler. She's good on the punches as well, but I think her main recipe for success is grappling. I think maybe if Alexa Grasso can get her on the ground, maybe she can submit her, but I feel like Natalie Silva is very fast. She's like, I think she's 27 years old or 26. She's very young on the UFC game. And Alexa Grasso, I think she's in her early 30s. That's still young for the sport, but I think Natalie Silva might be faster than her. And I think she's going to have problems with Silva. This is going to be a good fight, though. I feel like it is going to be a good one. I can't wait to see it. If I will make my prediction for this fight, I think I might have to actually go with Natalie Silva for this one, man. I feel like it's going to be a big upset. I feel like Alexa Grasso might be the favorite for this fight, but it's going to be an upset because she has had great fights with Valentina, but Natalie Silva is another beast. She's a prospect just coming up the ranks, and if she defeats Alexa Grasso, then she is very legit. Then I think she might actually beat her. I don't think she's gonna get a KO win. I think it's definitely gonna go to all 5 rounds. Maybe not even 5 rounds. It probably might be just 3 rounds. But I am excited to actually see this one. Natalie Silva is on a whole different level. Well, probably Alexa Grasso might get her in the submission, but we will see when that fight happens. I think it's gonna be for May 10th. That's not a Cinco de Mayo weekend. It's close to it because like this year, Cinco de Mayo is gonna be like around Tuesday or so. So yeah, they just gonna push it for that Saturday on that week. I am excited to actually see it. Now speaking of MMA, I just want to speak to you about something movie related. Will Smith says I Am Legend 2 is still in the works. It says right here, me and Michael B. Jordan have sat down for about a week and went through character stuff. The film takes place after the OG film's alternate ending. I did not see the alternate ending for that film, but I'm sure that Will Smith's character did not make it out alive. I had no idea there was an alternate ending, to be honest, for I Am Legend. So they actually are working to make another I Am Legend movie. Have you guys ever seen that movie, I Am Legend? When I first saw that movie, I was like so amazed. I was like so in shock because this person, Will Smith's character, was the very last person on Earth and nobody else was alive. according to him, according to the scientists, he just only had him and his dog, Samantha. It's like a very sad story, but it's so crazy, and it is one of his best films, to be honest. One of Will Smith's better films. If I would recommend Will Smith's films, I would put I Am Legend as one of his top 5 movies, and definitely I'll put The Pursuit of Happiness. I haven't seen the movie 7 Pounds, but I'm sure like that movie has gotten great reviews overall. But yeah, I do recommend The Pursuit of Happiness if you've never seen it from Will Smith, and this one, the I Am Legend film. I Am Legend is like a post-apocalyptic movie where everybody just died or disappeared. Like every single night when it gets very dark, there's like huge like zombies, or just like, I think it is like zombies. They just come out of nowhere and just make noises, and it's like very scary. I don't know how somebody can survive a post-apocalyptic life like that. It's like very entertaining. It's a very entertaining film if you have never seen it. I think it is one of Will Smith's better films, to be honest. And I am excited though to actually see how they're actually gonna continue on this story for I Am Legend 2. Michael B. Jordan, if you have seen him on the Creed movies, I think those are like his better movies as of right now. Creed 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, they're pushing him like to be like the next big Will Smith guy, I guess. Like the Will Smith of this generation, I think. Yeah, I think so. I Am Legend 2, him as being as the main character. Let's see how it actually goes down. I am excited to how they actually gonna continue on with the storyline. And yeah, guys, I think that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did made it this far, make sure to follow this podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it. I know this one was a very short one, guys, but I just only had to say a few things for you, and hopefully you guys enjoy the podcast. If you are listening to it on Pandora, YouTube, Spotify, make sure to follow it, and also recommend this podcast to a friend or a neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about combat sports, gaming stuff, and pop culture things. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.